Alright, we're back at the Camp Life Bros workshop. We just visited a Japanese dollar store here in the Northwest. It was called Daiso, D-A-I-S-O. And I found all sorts of awesome bushcrafty camping gear. And so I'm just going to show you what I got. I spent about $13.50, exactly $13.50 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different bushcraft items. So we're going to start sharing those with you here. We're going to start with the bottles here. So here we have some tubes. How many ounces? I have no idea. 80 milliliters, whatever that is. Alright, it's got a okay feel. A little bit flexible. Screw top lid, which is required. Oh, look at that. It has a little squeeze. Little whistles. This will work. I think this will be okay for soy sauce. It sounds pretty, seems pretty secure. The plastic isn't too hard, so I don't think I can count on it cracking. But we'll see. Maybe not the best in the cold. We'll find out. $1.50. Next up, some more bottles. These ones are 40 milliliters, so half as big. But it has its own little case. Would you look at it? How do you open it? There you go. Nice little case here. Also, little hole right there. Same material. These are great. $1.50. Yeah. And they nestle in their own little pink case. Perfect. Let's move on to the tiny little sauce bottles. These are 6 milliliters here. Look at all these. So it comes with 12 different little bottles that will be impossible to fill, but they are cute. I don't know what I'll put in these. I have no idea. They're just so cute. Look at that. Here, take a look. There you go. Something I just thought of. Are these gonna be, am I gonna even be able to fill these? How do I even fill you? It pops out so I can fill it. Or I might not even use that. I can probably just go like this, but we'll find out. Maybe I'll put some water in there right now. Try to fill this with some water. Just big enough that you might not need a funnel if you are as skilled as I am. Let's try it with this thing on. I think it's working pretty well. This droplet was from before when I spilled it, but looks good. Now let's try it without the little guy. Ay. Ay, 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 ay. It's pretty watertight. Not bad. Now we're gonna try the squeeziness of this bottle. Hey, that's nice. Just You know, if you want little driplets like that, that'll work. Squeeze bottle. Squeeze bottle. Next up on the list, we got these little spice containers that I plan on using. So, what I like about these is that they're square. Nice little square containers. They're pretty tight. They're not watertight, but they will work for spices because I have used them before. I used them for this thing here. I have a nice little homemade spice packet here. Put salt, pepper, and lard. Works great for lard. It's nice to have some extras, and I have a nice little custom little top sack for that. I love those containers. These little containers really upped my cooking game outdoors. They fit just the right amount of salt and pepper. I really like to salt my steaks, so I use a generous amount. So I always end up. It always ends up being perfect for a 1 or 2 day trip. And obviously pepper. And the real game changer has been putting lard in this. Just always knowing that I'm gonna have some cooking oil. I always carry this little pack with me on every trip I go. Unless I'm car camping, then I'll bring more spices and stuff. But having lard always at your access so that you always have cooking oil for when you wanna cook eggs or for whatever reason. Gravy, I've used it for gravy. Just having cooking oil really helps out a lot, especially if you cook with cast iron, which is what I do. When you cook with cast iron, you need to re-season it again every time, and or else it rusts. Especially when you're out in the rain, your pans are gonna rust if you don't cover it in some oil, which is what I do. But I use lard because it's a lot easier to handle than oil. It's a lot less messy, as you can see. I just won't fall out. Butter works fine too, but I find that butter doesn't have as high of a, you can't cook it at such a high temperature as you can with lard. Lard won't smoke as quickly as butter will. So as soon as the butter starts smoking, it turns all your food a weird different color. I guess people say that's when you burn your butter. I don't know how people do that, but it's very hard to burn lard, I guess. I'm not sure, but I've used this, and so I'm really happy to have these containers. So on to the next thing. We got another spice container, a multi-purpose container for pills. Daiso, Japanese quality. Really interested to see what this one's like. Oh. It has all sorts of little tiny compartments. Though I don't think this is going to work as well as I thought it was. Because I think it's probably going to leak seasoning. Unless the spices are very thick, coarse, granular ones. Oh, a little latch. For $1.50, it is worth the risk. We'll try stuffing some things in here and see how that works. Maybe I'll put some salt in here. Maybe try pepper in this one. Yep. As you can see, not the perfect solution. We got salt and pepper everywhere. That's okay. Not everything always works out. Maybe there's some other bushcrafty use I can use this with. On to the next. We got the hand warmers here. 8 hand warmers that last up to 8 hours for $1.50. All right, be sure to read the backside to prevent low temperature burn. Nice. Open outer bag just before use. Then remove inner bag and place into pocket. That's it. Right, well, see how easy this is to open with your hands. Very easy. And am I supposed to do something with this? Just stick it in my pocket? Well, we're gonna stick it in our pocket, continue the beer review, and find out how well it works. Now we got this little cast iron pan. I'll probably review this on a trip next time, but it is a pretty good size, as you can see. A little cup here for reference. Can't tell if there's paint on here. My wife said that it looks like they just painted this thing. So, being that it's coming from China, who knows if it's what's in here. So I'm definitely gonna throw this in the fire and let it burn off for, I don't know, 20 minutes. And then I'll re-season it. So here are the Reflectix for heat insulation. 60 centimeters by 200 centimeters, which is also 1 foot 12 inches. So 2 feet by 6 feet 7 inches. So there is plenty of length here. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this, but I think I might make a foot pad or something so the inside is a whitish, foamish something. Then the outside is this aluminum Reflectix. We'll see how long this lasts. But at $1.50 for this much, not bad. Daiso, Japanese dollar store. Well, technically it's not a dollar store because everything there is $1.50 unless otherwise marked. But for the most part, everything's $1.50. Everything I got was $1.50 except for this silly little cast iron pan, which was $3. But overall, I spent $13.50 at a Japanese dollar store and got all sorts of cool bushcrafty things. Camp gear, most of it is bottles and, you know, vials and things like that. Who knows about these hand warmers? Oh, I should check. Well, yeah, it's warm. It only took about a minute. And I guess I could probably pack an entire thing of those into my hammock to keep me warm at night, or into my pockets. Not bad. These are fun. What I don't like is I have no idea how to dispose of these. Does it say? How to store. Avoid direct sunlight. Okay. How to dispose. I don't see anything for how to dispose. So probably can't just throw this in the fire or something like that, which would be preferable. But can't do that because I have no idea what's in here. But overall, I would say this Japanese dollar store bushcraft shopping spree was a success. I especially love these little bottles and vials here. This will be great. I like to carry soy sauce, or I could carry like olive oil in here, and I think olive oil will work just fine. Lightweight. I don't know how much this weighs, but barely anything. It's cheap plastic. The cheaper the plastic, the more likely it weighs very little. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these things, but overall I think it was a success. I love going to different stores and seeing what things I can repurpose as camping goods. And so as the Camp Life Brothers, we like to try to show you the stupid stuff that we do to get cheap camping gear. Not necessarily cheap, but just different camping gear. And this is one way. You go to the dollar store, or even better, go to a Japanese dollar store to find a bunch of weird different stuff, which is really fun to do. I like to go to Trader Joe's, Costco, you know, where else? Trader Joe's, Costco, just about garage sales, just seeing whatever you can find that makes a pretty cool camp gear. Obviously, we're not professionals, so we're just trying to find different things that are cheap and fun to use. And we were quite successful here at the Daiso, so check it out. I don't know if they have an online store. If it is, I'll put it in the links. But check out our site for other reviews, and stay tuned for more coming from the Camp Life Brothers. All right. All right. Okay. I don't know about these unboxing videos. It's really weird. I don't understand why people like to watch other people opening things, but you know, I watch them too. So I'm guilty of this too. So don't feel bad that you're watching an unboxing video. I felt completely silly doing this. Yeah, that was weird.